Good evening, everyone. Today we're talking about something that's both profound and incredibly practical. It's the idea of creating your best self. It's not a destination, it's a journey. It's a commitment you make to yourself, to becoming the best version of you, the one that's been quietly waiting inside, just waiting for the right time to shine. When you set out to create your best self, understand this: it doesn't happen by accident. It requires focus, effort, discipline, and sometimes even discomfort. The journey isn't always easy, but it's always worth it. The key is in understanding that every day you have the opportunity to make choices that will either move you closer to the person you're capable of being or take you further away. It all starts with deciding that you are in charge of your own growth. You can't leave it to chance or rely on external circumstances. The power to become the best version of yourself is in your hands. Every action you take, every thought you think shapes who you are becoming. So today, make the decision that you will not settle for anything less than your very best. Creating your best self begins with your mindset. The mind is where it all starts. The thoughts you feed yourself will either empower or limit you. Your self-talk becomes your reality, so make it powerful, positive, and aligned with your highest goals. From there, everything else follows: your habits, your actions, your results. Everything starts with a decision. Decide that you are going to be the best version of you. Without this firm commitment, nothing significant will change. The quality of your life will be determined by the standards you set. If you set low standards, you'll get low results. Set high standards for yourself and challenge yourself every day to rise to those expectations. The moment you take full responsibility for your actions, thoughts, and outcomes is when you take control. Blaming others or external circumstances won't help you grow. It starts with you. Knowledge is power. Commit to learning something new every day, whether it's through books, podcasts, or conversations with mentors. Invest in yourself continuously. Success is the result of consistent daily actions. Create a morning routine, set productive habits, and stick to them. These small disciplines done consistently add up over time. Your mindset shapes everything. Choose to look at challenges as opportunities for growth. Train yourself to think positively, even when circumstances are tough. You become like the people you spend the most time with. If you want to create your best self, surround yourself with people who inspire, challenge, and push you to grow. The most important project you'll ever work on is yourself. Don't just focus on your job, career, or financial goals. Focus on becoming a better person every single day. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of the journey. When you fail, learn from it, adjust, and keep moving forward. Every failure is a stepping stone to success. Growth isn't something you do once. It's a lifelong process. Never stop seeking ways to improve. The best version of yourself is always evolving. Deciding to be the best version of yourself is the first and most important step toward creating a life you can be proud of. You see, success doesn't happen by accident, and neither does greatness. It all begins with one simple yet powerful decision. The decision that you are going to be the best version of yourself, regardless of where you are right now or what challenges you face. It's a commitment that you make to yourself, a promise that you'll put in the work, that you'll keep pushing forward no matter what. You cannot wait for things to align perfectly or for the right time to come along. The best version of you isn't just going to show up on its own. It requires action. It requires choosing every single day to improve, to grow, and to become better than you were yesterday. You need to stop waiting for external circumstances to change or for someone else to do the work for you. No one is going to create your best self but you. The reason most people don't reach their highest potential is simple. They haven't made that decision to truly commit. They might wish for success. They might hope for improvement, but wishing and hoping aren't enough. You must make a clear decision in your heart and mind that you are going to do whatever it takes. You're going to put in the work, learn the lessons, and grow through the process, even when it's uncomfortable. And when you make that decision, something powerful happens. You begin to see opportunities where you once saw obstacles. You start to take responsibility for your actions, your habits, and the outcomes you're experiencing. This is not a passive process. It's active. It's a daily decision. Some days will be harder than others, but that's okay. Real growth happens when you decide to show up, even when you don't feel like it. Consistency is key. Your commitment to being the best version of yourself doesn't depend on your emotions or external validation. It depends on your inner resolve and discipline to follow through day in and day out. When you decide to be the best version of yourself, you stop settling for mediocrity. You stop accepting excuses. You begin to hold yourself to a higher standard. You're not just trying to get by, you're aiming for excellence. And it's through this pursuit of excellence, through this commitment to continually raising the bar, that you start to see the true potential of who you can become. So ask yourself today, what is it that I truly want from life? And more importantly, am I willing to make the decision to commit to becoming the best version of myself? This is where it starts. Once you decide, you'll find that every choice you make, every action you take aligns with that decision. You'll begin to build momentum. And as that momentum grows, you'll be amazed at how far you can go, how much you can achieve, and how much closer you get to the best version of you. It all begins with that one powerful decision. Setting high standards is one of the most critical factors in creating a life of success and fulfillment. You see, the standards you set for yourself determine the level of your achievements. If you set low standards, don't be surprised if you end up with average results. But if you set high standards, you'll begin to attract a life that matches those standards, a life that reflects your commitment to excellence. Too many people go through life without ever considering the importance of their standards. They let circumstances or the opinions of others dictate how they live, and as a result, they fall short of their potential. You cannot afford to let this happen to you. You must decide, consciously and deliberately, to set the highest possible standards for your life. It's about having a vision of where you want to be, not just in the short term, but in the long term as well. High standards don't just apply to what you do, they apply to who you are. They affect the way you think, the way you speak, the way you interact with others, and the way you carry yourself every day. When you set high standards, you start to raise the bar on what you expect of yourself. You stop accepting mediocrity. You stop giving in to the excuses that you've been telling yourself for years. Instead, you begin to demand more from yourself. More effort, more focus, more discipline, and more courage to pursue your goals. This is not about being perfect. It's about consistently striving for your very best. It's important to understand that your standards will be tested. Life will challenge you. It will tempt you to take shortcuts, to lower your expectations, to settle for something less than what you deserve. But when you have high standards, you develop the ability to recognize those temptations and rise above them. You no longer allow circumstances or other people's opinions to dictate your behavior. You trust that by sticking to your standards, even when it's difficult, you're on the right path. Setting high standards also means holding yourself accountable. If you say you're going to do something, do it. If you set a goal, pursue it with everything you have. You can't expect to grow if you're constantly lowering your expectations to match your current circumstances. You must hold yourself accountable to the highest version of you, the one that demands excellence, the one that refuses to settle for less than the very best. But here's the thing. The higher the standard you set, the more you'll be challenged to grow into it. It will force you to stretch, to evolve, and to develop the skills and habits that are required to meet that standard. This is how you develop strength. This is how you push yourself beyond your comfort zone and tap into your full potential. As you begin to set higher standards in your life, you'll notice a shift in the way you approach everything. Your mindset will change, your habits will change, and your results will change. You'll begin to see life not as something you endure, but as something you actively shape and create. The world will give you what you're willing to accept. So if you're willing to accept greatness and pursue it relentlessly, greatness will eventually show up in your life. Remember, the journey toward your best self doesn't begin with doing, it begins with deciding what you will no longer tolerate. Set your standards high and refuse to accept anything less than what you deserve. The life you're capable of living is waiting for you, and it all starts with the standards you set today. Taking responsibility for your life is the foundation of personal growth. It means recognizing that you are the one who holds the power to shape your future. No one else is responsible for your happiness, your success, or the direction your life takes. It's all on you. When you take full ownership of your life, you stop blaming circumstances, people, or events for where you are. You stop making excuses and start making progress. Too many people live their lives in a state of denial, convincing themselves that their situation is someone else's fault or that life simply happened to them. They waste their time and energy complaining about things they cannot control, when in reality they have the power to change everything about their situation if only they would take responsibility for it. To move forward, You must acknowledge that you are the one in charge. The results you see today are the culmination of the decisions you made yesterday. Your current reality is a reflection of your actions, your choices, and your mindset up to this point. Taking responsibility means accepting that the power to improve, to grow, and to succeed lies within you, not in the hands of others or in the circumstances around you. It means making a conscious choice to no longer play the victim and instead to play the hero of your own story. When you take responsibility, you stop waiting for things to get better on their own. You stop expecting someone else to solve your problems. You stop blaming your circumstances or others for your setbacks. Instead, you focus on what you can control, your actions, your mindset, and your decisions. When you take responsibility, you acknowledge that you are the author of your own life. You stop letting the world dictate your path. You decide where you want to go, and then you take the necessary steps to get there. It doesn't matter where you come from or what challenges you face. What matters is where you decide to go from here. The moment you accept full responsibility, you unlock your true potential. You realize that the only thing standing between you and your best life is the choices you make today. This doesn't mean you won't face difficulties or obstacles. Life is filled with challenges and no one escapes hardship. But when you take responsibility, you face those challenges head on with the understanding that how you respond to them is what matters most. You don't let adversity define you. Instead, you let it refine you. You learn from every setback and grow stronger from every failure. You develop resilience, the kind of inner strength that allows you to keep going, no matter what life throws your way. Taking responsibility is also about being accountable to yourself. It's about honoring the promises you make to yourself and following through with integrity. You commit to your goals, work hard, and stay disciplined. If things don't go as planned, you don't quit or look for someone else to blame. You adjust your approach, learn from your mistakes, and keep moving forward. You understand that success is built on consistency and that every small effort counts. The moment you take full responsibility for your life, something incredible happens. You become empowered. You stop waiting for permission to succeed. You stop waiting for conditions to be perfect. You stop relying on external factors and start relying on your own ability to create the life you want. You realize that you hold the keys to your own success. And with those keys, you can unlock the future you've always dreamed of. So, take responsibility. Don't let anyone or anything else define your life. The power is in your hands, and with that power comes the ability to transform your life. Your future is not determined by the world around you. It's determined by the choices you make and the actions you take today. Reading and learning every day is one of the most powerful habits you can cultivate. Knowledge is not just a tool, it's the foundation for building a successful life. You see, the world is constantly changing. The competition is always evolving, and the only way to stay ahead is by committing to continuous learning. If you're not learning, you're falling behind. The people who rise to the top, who create extraordinary lives, are the ones who make learning a lifelong pursuit. They understand that knowledge is the currency of success. It's what separates the average from the exceptional. And the good news is, knowledge is available to everyone. It's not limited by background, education, or circumstances. It's right at your fingertips. The question is, are you using it? Reading is one of the most effective ways to learn, but it's not just about reading anything. It's about reading with purpose. You must choose the material that will challenge you, inspire you, and teach you new ways of thinking. Great books, well-written articles, and educational content can open doors in your mind that you never knew existed. They provide ideas and insights that can completely transform your approach to life, business, and personal development. But it's not just about what you read, it's about how you read. You don't just skim the pages or read passively. You engage with the material, you absorb it, reflect on it, and apply it to your own life. Great learning happens when you not only understand something, but when you take that knowledge and make it practical. You take what you read and begin to change your habits, your actions, and your mindset based on the wisdom you've gained. And let's not forget that learning goes beyond books. Podcasts, lectures, online courses, and discussions with mentors or peers can also offer valuable insights. Every time you listen, watch, or engage in a learning experience, you're expanding your mind and your potential. The more you learn, the more you grow. The more you grow, the more you'll create the life you desire. Here's something crucial to understand. Learning doesn't just happen in the classroom, and it doesn't stop after school. It's a lifelong endeavor. You must make it a daily practice. Just like you eat food to nourish your body, you must feed your mind with knowledge every single day. If you aim to be successful, if you want to rise above the crowd and achieve things that most people only dream about, You cannot afford to let a single day go by without learning something new. Think of learning as an investment. When you invest in your education, you are investing in your future. You're giving yourself the tools and strategies to navigate the challenges that lie ahead. It's not just about filling your mind with information. It's about gaining the understanding and wisdom to apply that information in ways that will help you grow and succeed. Many people fail to reach their full potential simply because they stop learning too early. They stop seeking knowledge, believing that they've already learned enough. But true growth comes from the continuous pursuit of improvement. You must always strive to know more, to do better, and to expand your understanding of the world around you. The more you know, the more you'll realize there's always more to learn. Make reading and learning a daily habit. Make it your priority, and watch how it transforms your life. Every book you read, every new concept you learn is a step closer to becoming the best version of yourself. Over time, this commitment to learning will compound into extraordinary results. Your mind will become sharper, your decision-making more effective, and your ability to solve problems will be unmatched. So, don't wait for tomorrow or for someone else to teach you. Start today. Dedicate yourself to learning something new every day. Feed your mind, fuel your growth, and make sure that every day brings you closer to the person you are meant to be. Creating daily disciplines is the key to achieving lasting success. The most successful people in the world didn't just get there by chance. They got there by making the right choices every single day. You see, success doesn't happen in grand, once-in-a-lifetime moments. It happens through the consistent small actions that are repeated every day. These small actions, when done with discipline, build momentum and lead to big results over time. Discipline is about making the right choices, even when you don't feel like it. It's about doing what needs to be done, day in and day out, regardless of how you feel or what's going on in your life. The days you feel like quitting are the days that truly matter because they test your commitment to your goals. It's easy to stay disciplined when everything is going well, but true discipline shines through when things aren't perfect. When you push yourself to follow through on those tough days, that's when you start to see real progress. The key is to create a set of habits that support your growth and success. This is why daily disciplines are so powerful. They don't leave room for excuses. When you develop a daily routine and stick to it, you eliminate the guesswork and make success inevitable. Imagine waking up each day knowing exactly what you're going to do to move closer to your goals. Whether it's reading, working out, planning your day, or focusing on your personal development, these small actions add up over time. Discipline in the morning sets the tone for the rest of your day. It's about taking that first step towards the life you want. The most successful people have strict morning routines that get them focused, energized, and ready to tackle the day ahead. When you create a morning routine filled with disciplines like exercising, meditating, reading, or planning, you take control of your day from the moment it begins. You start with purpose and intention, and that carries through every decision and action that follows. But daily disciplines aren't just about routines. They're about being intentional with how you spend your time. Every minute you waste is a minute you'll never get back. Success isn't about having more time. It's about using the time you have more effectively. If you don't discipline yourself to prioritize your most important tasks, the distractions of life will take over, and you'll find yourself drifting away from your goals. That's why it's crucial to structure your day around the activities that move you closer to where you want to be. One of the most powerful aspects of daily discipline is that it builds confidence. When you follow through on your commitments day after day, you begin to trust yourself more. You stop making excuses and start seeing results. That confidence in turn fuels more action and more discipline. It creates a positive cycle that keeps you moving forward, even when the going gets tough. Discipline also teaches you to embrace the process, not just the outcome. Too many people are fixated on the end goal, but it's the daily actions, the small steps that get you there. If you can focus on creating and sticking to your disciplines, the results will come naturally. You won't be chasing success, it will be chasing you. Consistency is what sets the discipline apart from the undisciplined. It's the difference between those who achieve their dreams and those who give up halfway. When you commit to daily disciplines, you are saying to yourself and to the world, I'm willing to do whatever it takes every day to reach my goals. This kind of commitment is what makes the difference between good and great, between average and exceptional. So make the decision today to create your daily disciplines. Set the tone for your day with intentional actions. Build a routine that works for you and keeps you focused on your most important goals. Stick to it every day, and over time, you'll see that those small, consistent efforts add up to extraordinary achievements. The future you're striving for begins with the disciplines you practice today. Developing a positive mindset is one of the most crucial factors in achieving anything worthwhile in life. Your mindset is the lens through which you see the world, and it determines how you respond to challenges, setbacks, and opportunities. A positive mindset doesn't mean ignoring reality or pretending everything is perfect. It means choosing to focus on the good, the possibilities, and the solutions rather than the problems, the obstacles, and the negativity that may surround you. The mind is an incredibly powerful tool. What you think about shapes your emotions, and your emotions influence your actions. If you spend your time thinking about what's wrong, what could go wrong, or what you don't have, that's exactly what you'll attract into your life. On the other hand, if you focus on what's going well, what you can do, and the abundance of opportunities available to you, that's what you'll start to see more of. The key is to choose your thoughts consciously rather than letting them run wild and unchecked. A positive mindset begins with self-awareness. It's about noticing your thoughts and recognizing when they're negative or limiting. Negative thoughts are like weeds in a garden. If you don't pull them out, they'll take over and suffocate everything else. By being aware of your thinking, you can catch these thoughts early and replace them with more empowering ones. Instead of thinking, I can't do this, train yourself to think, I can figure this out. Instead of dwelling on failures, focus on what you can learn from them. The more you shift your mindset toward the positive, the more natural it will become to approach life with optimism and resilience. One of the keys to developing a positive mindset is gratitude. When you focus on what you're grateful for, it shifts your perspective in a powerful way. It's easy to get caught up in what you don't have or what's going wrong, but when you choose to appreciate what you do have, everything changes. Gratitude brings you back to the present moment and reminds you that even in difficult times, there's always something good to focus on. Make it a habit to list 3 things you're grateful for every day. Over time, this simple practice will train your mind to look for the positive in every situation. Another important aspect of cultivating a positive mindset is surrounding yourself with positive influences. You are the average of the people you spend the most time with, so if you're around people who are negative, pessimistic, or constantly complaining, it will be much harder to maintain a positive outlook. On the other hand, if you surround yourself with people who uplift you, challenge you, and support your growth, your mindset will naturally become more positive. Choose to spend time with those who inspire you to be better, those who see the potential in you, and those who encourage you to keep going, no matter what. A positive mindset also involves taking responsibility for your life. It's about acknowledging that you have the power to choose how you respond to every situation. Life will never be without challenges, but how you choose to react to those challenges is what defines you. A positive mindset doesn't mean that you ignore the hardships. It means that you decide to focus on what you can control and move forward no matter what obstacles come your way. Instead of dwelling on problems, you begin to see them as opportunities to grow, learn, and improve. One of the most powerful tools for developing a positive mindset is affirmations. Affirmations are statements that you repeat to yourself to reprogram your subconscious mind. By speaking positively about yourself, your goals, and your future, you begin to believe those things are possible. Over time, these affirmations will help you develop a mindset that is focused on success, confidence, and abundance. Every time you speak positively to yourself, you reinforce the belief that you are capable of achieving great things. Lastly, developing a positive mindset requires patience and consistency. It doesn't happen overnight, and it's not always easy. There will be days when negative thoughts creep in, and when life doesn't go according to plan. But by consistently choosing positivity, by refusing to let challenges defeat you, and by taking responsibility for your thoughts, you will build the resilience and strength needed to succeed. So take charge of your mindset today. Choose to focus on the positive. Choose to find the lessons in your failures. Choose to see the opportunities in your challenges. The way you think determines the way you live. When you develop a positive mindset, you create the foundation for everything else in your life to fall into place. It's not about avoiding difficulty. It's about learning to thrive in the face of it. The more you practice positivity, the more your life will reflect that mindset. And soon enough, you'll find yourself living a life filled with abundance, opportunity, and success.